Alright. Time to make our rounds. I almost went to Joker, but then I remembered, oh wait, this is not Mass Effect 2. Where he's going to have something to say after each one.
We haven't had time together since our last chat. A lot was said when we talked.
You mean when we flirted?
You seemed decisive then, Lieutenant. Why so hesitant now?
I don't want to distract you too much. The deeper we get into this mess, the bigger it seems. I'm just looking for an ear. The debriefing wasn't the right place to say how ridiculous this is. Seems like every other race in the galaxy is wrapped up in their own problems. They don't want to see what's coming.
Wanting to believe everything will be fine? Sounds like human nature to me.
Yeah, I guess some things carry across species well enough. I should remember that after what happened with Vernus.
I think you'd carry a grudge over the crap you took from Vernus.
Before I met Vernus, I knew as much as any other civilian. Aliens were weird, superior, and tried to tell us what to do. I mean, it's only been 26 years since first contact. That's not a lot of time to understand them. But it was Vernus who made me see how human aliens are. They're not different or special. They're jerks and saints, just like us. Hell, by the time I got payback, I didn't even want it anymore.
I don't see you snapping very easily. What finally did it?
He hurt Rana. Broke her arm. She reached for a glass of water instead of pulling it biotically. She just wanted a drink without getting a nosebleed, you know? Like an idiot, I stood up. Didn't know what I was gonna do, just something. And Vernus lost it. Beat the crap out of me. Kept shouting how they should have bombed us back to the Stone Age. And that's when the knife came up. A military-issue talon, right in my face. I cut loose. Full biotic kick right in the teeth. Almost as strong as I can manage now. At 17, that's something.
So, he pulled a knife on you?
You wanted to help a girl you cared for. That's a noble thing.
Maybe my intentions were noble, but I lost control. I killed him, Shepard. Snapped his neck. They probably could have saved him if they got him to an infirmary quick enough. But they didn't. Caused a stir when they shipped him home. Bot training was shut down. Kinetics folded a couple of years later. That's funny. I'm not sure which of us got the worst of what happened.
Are we just not gonna acknowledge what he just said about how he pulled a knife on Caden?
Was Rana all right?
Rana? Yeah. Yeah, she was fine. We never really, we stopped talking after that.
Tell me what happened.
Rana had a gentle heart. She loved everyone. Vernus terrified her. We all protected her from him. I mean, everyone who loved her. But after what I did to him, she was terrified of me too. Anyway, this is, at a point here. Aliens are individuals. Just because one's an ass doesn't mean they all are. So, yeah, I hated that Turian, but he wasn't a Turian to me. He was Vernus.
That's a pretty nice point from Caden, and it's kind of something that I can relate to. As someone who personally believes that I don't judge people by groups or what their race is or, anything like that. I judge people as who they are as an individual person. Because that's how I believe we should evaluate people. Who they are as a person on an individual basis. Not based on what group they're a part of or what their race is or anything of the sort. Only who they are as an individual.
So that's why you're so self-controlled.
I'm no more disciplined than any other biotic, Shepard. This is all ancient history. I'm over it.
You agonize over doing the right thing and never let yourself lose control. Because Rana spurned you after Vernus died.
That's... all right. Maybe you have a point. Maybe. But I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me. Fully functional human being. And I won't be a burden on you. On the crew.
Caden, you're a strong man. Talking about this doesn't make you a whiner, and it doesn't make you immature. It makes you human.
All right. But it's embarrassing you had to tell me that. You're right. I might need to loosen up. A little. I'll try. Glad you'll be here when it's over, Shepard. I'm looking forward to some shore leave.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharos. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I like how he brought up that Turian pulled a knife on him, and then we never talked about it again. Like, I know Caden killed him, but still.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I like talking with you, Liara. No matter what the subject.
Then let us talk about you. Are you okay?
I'm not sleeping well. The visions keep me up at night.
I wish there was something I could do to help you. You need to be at your best, Commander. The crew relies on you for leadership. It can be a heavy burden.
I can handle the responsibility of command, but if I don't stop Saren, the entire galaxy gets wiped out.
I'm sorry, Commander. The last thing you need is someone constantly reminding you of how grim things are. Is there anything else you would rather talk about?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Remember how slow this used to move? I do.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you.
It's the same thing as before.
And he escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
I'm glad you see it
Don't worry,
that way.
Commander. I will.
It's the same conversation as before.
Commander,
What's your opinion of the last mission?
gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink. Bit of a celebration. If you're interested.
What's the occasion?
It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
There's almost nothing in your files. Technical scores and a list of crap assignments.
There's a reason for the crap assignments. I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
I see. That's why you drive yourself so hard.
A Williams has to be better than the best, if only to avoid suspicion. That's what my dad told me the night before he retired. Takes a special kind of thick-headed to march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
I'm sorry, but that's just something I kind of admire about Ash. Think about what she just said. It takes someone very thick-headed to still walk into a job where your family's name is blacklisted, and she did it anyway. Think about that. Think about what that what that takes. Think about yourself in that situation. Your family is blacklisted from this particular career line, this particular line of job, and you still choose to pursue it knowing that it's going to be something that is more than likely going to be following you and haunting you as you go through that job. When your superiors are like, oh, it's that person who's part of that family. Think about that for a moment.
What happened to your grandfather after the war?
He was relieved of command as soon as Shanxi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial. They quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year later and spent the rest of his life working construction in the colonies. Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of him.
Gosh, bringing him back in irons? Jeez Louise.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
It's hard not to blame him in that situation when you think about those circumstances that she just talked about. I mean, if anything, he probably did to try and save those civilians who were dying, like she just said. Surrendering to save the lives of innocent civilians? I mean, is that really so bad?
He refused to sacrifice his men just to save face for humanity. You planning to throw yourself on a sword to save face for him?
Would it make a difference? He's gone now. Dad's gone too. And who would it impress? I'll never be good enough for the Alliance. So now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
And that's why she is more than eager to go ahead and sacrifice herself on Vermeer. Because she believes that somehow her doing that deed would help redeem the Williams family name. And that, hey, the Alliance wouldn't exactly care if she's gone anyway, right? She was just a Williams. What does it matter? Which is why I get very happy when by the time we get to Mass Effect 3, you can see that she has been climbing up the ranks, earning the rank of Lieutenant Commander, even becoming a Spectre, though Dina offers her that, but still, just seeing the growth and how the strides of her getting that far despite all this stuff that has followed her in her family's name. I felt so proud of her the first time I played Mass Effect 3 and I saw that that's how far she had come, knowing that this was something that was constantly following her and haunting her. It's one of those things, it's another reason why I've always loved Ashley's character.
You're a valuable part of my crew, Williams. If I want an opinion from the head, I go to Alenko. When I want one from the heart, I go to you.
I also play a mean game of pool. But anyway, I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Ma'am?
Shepard?
Rex?
Had to do it once. I don't think Tally has anything more to say.
Hey, Shepard. You need something?
I should go.
See you later.
Usually once I finish the Geth mission for her, that's pretty much the end of her dialogue. But yeah, also think about how Ash was kind of holding off from telling us those things because she was afraid that we would... Notice how when she was done telling us that story, she was like, so, now you know. Are you going to kick me off the ship? She expected that. She expected that once we found out the truth about her family's history, that we would not want her here. That we would follow in that same line of others in the Alliance who didn't want her around. She's a Williams. She's a shame. Get her out of here. It's such... It's so common for her that something that she's experienced that she just expects that to happen no matter where she's stationed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Caden, but this is definitely one of the big reasons why I usually always choose to save Ashley instead of Caden. I feel for Ashley. I really do. Okay, I think we'll just go ahead and cut it off here now that we've done our rounds. I believe... Hold on. If I recall, if I go back to the map, we're going to get a call from Joker saying, hey, the council wants to talk to you about something. And they're going to give us the information about going to Vermeer. So let's see if we can go ahead and trigger that. If not, we'll just go ahead and cut it off. And then I'll probably just go ahead and do some of these side missions that we picked up. And just go ahead and do those off camera. Along with the one that says, hey, go investigate Cerberus after what Gohoku found out. So let's see if it triggers here.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Alright. So there's the mission to go to Vermeer, which of course we won't be doing for a while. The intention that I have here, it's funny, it says race against time, when really it's not. So, I'm going to be doing some assignments. I'm going to be, I have to go back to the Citadel and tell Garroth about this. I will be doing this side mission on my own. I'll do this. I'll do this. And then we'll probably do Novaria next. And then after we do Novaria, and I do some more of the side missions I open up from that, then we will do the Asteroid DLC. And then once that is done, as long as there's no other side content such I haven't finished, that's when we will do Vermeer. So, stay tuned.